You are tuned to the Indraprasth channel of Akashvani. In our English Talks chunk tonight, we now bring you a talk on the life and works of a multifaceted personality who was a creative writer, an editor, and a politician with a vision for a developed Bharat, Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyay. And the talker is Mrs. Manjula Wadhva.
Who would not remember the charismatic personality of Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyay, the great politician, philosopher and journalist, best known for his articulation of the philosophy of integral humanism, which continues to influence Indian political discourse even today. His philosophy of integral humanism stands in contrast to Western models of individualism and materialism, advocating for a society based on social harmony, cultural rootedness, and economic self-reliance. In fact, it is the combination of Gandhian philosophy and his ideals. Now, let us cast a glance at the key tenets of integral humanism. First of all comes Dharmarajya, a just and righteous state based on dharma, that is duty, and ethical principles. Then comes Sarvodaya, upliftment of all, ensuring everyone's well-being and prosperity. Then comes a very important tenet, Antyodaya, uplifting the most disadvantaged sections of society first. Then comes Swadeshi, self-reliance and economic independence through local production and consumption. Last but not the least is Samanvay, means synthesis and integration, seeking common ground and fostering unity in diversity. Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyay's life and work offer valuable lessons for contemporary India. His emphasis on individual dignity, social harmony, and economic self-reliance continues to resonate even in the present world, grappling with complex challenges. A towering personality, well versed in different disciplines, he was able to give direction to national politics through his intellectual insight and deep understanding of Indian civilizational values. His ideas and philosophy, while still remain relevant, his contribution as an ideologue and a guiding force for an alternative model of governance and politics continues to define and determine the course of Indian politics in our country. He never sought to follow a piecemeal approach to seek solutions for the problems afflicting the nation. Rather, he aspired to devise a philosophy which may herald an era of integral approach. He advocated the simultaneous and integrated program of the body, mind, intellect, and soul of each human being. While seeking to spiritualize the politics like Gandhi, he laid emphasis on coining the idioms of national discourse in civilizational and cultural ethos of India. He was not in favor of adopting borrowed ideas from the West for achieving the goals of national reconstruction. He never considered either capitalism or communism as solution to the problems of Indian society. Born on 25th September 1916, Upadhyay was a strong advocate of Hindutva ideology put forward by the Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh. He was a great leader of the political party Bharatiya Janasangh and also the forerunner of the now ruling Bharatiya Janata Party. It is sad to note that both his parents died when he was just 8 years old. Thus, he had a challenging childhood. It might be his life's experiences combined with his gigantic intellectualism that led him to have a very compassionate and holistic understanding of human life and society in its entirety, which led to the creation of an entirely new and unique concept or philosophy known as integral humanism or Ekatmavad. Let me share with you, this child of Mother India became known as Panditji for appearing in the civil services examination wearing the traditional Indian attire dhoti, kurta and cap. With a view to pay tribute to this great visionary, in 2017, The Mughal Sarai railway station in Uttar Pradesh has been renamed in his honor. In 2018, a newly constructed cable-stayed bridge in Surat was named Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyay Bridge in honor of him. On 16th February 2020, in Varanasi, our current Prime Minister inaugurated the Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyay Memorial Center and unveiled a 63-feet statue of Upadhyay ji, which is so far the tallest statue in the country. If we look at Pandit Upadhyay's writing and editorial skills, we find first he started the monthly Rashtriya Dharma in the 1940s, meant for spreading the ideology of Hindutva nationalism. Later on, he also started the weekly Panchjanne and then the daily Swadesh. He wrote a Hindi drama on Chandragupta Maurya, a biography of Shankaracharya, and also translated a Marathi biography of Hedgewar, the founder of Jan Sangh. A lifelong pracharak of Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, Pandit Upadhyay, while realizing that India is in urgent need of a fresh breeze to get rid of the post-independence westernization, visualized a decentralized polity and a self-reliant economy for India, with the village being the core basis. He thought of India as an independent nation which cannot rely upon Western concepts like individualism, socialism, communism, or capitalism. When it came to the modern technology, he definitely wanted it to be adopted, but in such a way that it suits Indian requirements. His immense intelligence and perfectionism impressed Dr. Shyama Prasad Mukherjee so much that he famously said, "If I had two Deen Dayals, I could transform the political face of India." Deen Dayal Upadhyay ji was a human being of great resilience, empathy, abilities, intelligence, and genius. He kept working his way to success in spite of all his extreme personal setbacks. According to Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyay, the center of our whole system should be the welfare of the human beings. According to his philosophy of Ekatma Manavvad, or integral humanism, materialism alone can never lead to the solution of the problems of Indian society, the problems of human beings at large. We need to harmonize spirituality and materialism. Panditji denounced both the absence of wealth as well as too much of wealth. He believed that profit maximization as a goal of economic entities is not at all compatible with the Indian philosophy of life. Today, as we pay our tribute to the great philosopher, leader and activist on his Punyatithi, the need of the hour is to follow his ideas and principles which are aimed at making politics a tool for service to the nation. He stood rock solid defending Indian civilizational values and culture in the time when the Western ideas were ruling the world and many great thinkers, philosophers and leaders of that time were swept away by its torrential current. He not only stood his ground but defined Indian ethos and value system in the context of changing times and the need of the hour. Today, we can say that he was as much right in his assertions as he was firm in his convictions. While the Marxist and capitalist ideologies have created havoc in the world, his ideas, attuned to the Indian civilizational values, show us the path to be followed in future, the path to be followed by the posterity. The biggest lesson imparted by Pandit Upadhyay is, cherish your vision and dreams as they are the children of your soul, the blueprints of your ultimate achievements.
Pandit Deen Dayal Upadhyay, a visionary. You just heard a talk on the topic by Mrs. Manjula Wadhva. This talk came to you on the Indraprastha channel of Akashvani. Please stay tuned in for our next announcement.